What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. The past 36 hours has been full of many ups and downs. We know this. Today, I originally had planned to do many detailed outlines of the $900 billion stimulus package to show you where you can receive stimulus money. Now, that seems a little unnecessary simply because President Trump called out Congress, demanded $2,000 stimulus checks, and told them you need to eliminate the wasteful spending in this $1.4 trillion Omnibus bill. So, today I want to do more of a stimulus update for this afternoon. First, Nancy Pelosi is calling on House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy to agree to a unanimous consent request. This is the first request because without Kevin McCarthy, his consent, there will be no pro forma session tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Yes, the House is going to hold a pro forma session tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. This means we could potentially get some information tomorrow morning. This will be a good Christmas Eve if we can get a $2,000 stimulus check agreed upon in the House, and then it will kick it over to the Senate. Whether it passes in the Senate, as of right now, we don't know. We have some updates, but not a lot. Now, what you need to understand is that Democrats are ready to go to the floor and ask for this unanimous consent request to include $2,000 stimulus checks. That is it. It's just a simple amendment to the bill that they already have passed. Now, all this takes is this can be halted with just one person objecting. So that means if just one member of the House objects, this whole thing doesn't go through. What happens then? As of right now, we don't know. This is just the first step. But according to multiple reports, here is what we know this afternoon. We know Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell are pretty much scrambling at this point. Again, this is according to reports. They're scrambling at this point to figure out what is their next move. Where do they go from here? What do they do? Nobody knew. Kevin McCarthy didn't know. Mitch McConnell didn't know. Steve Mnuchin didn't know. Mark Meadows, based on reports, it says he didn't know what President Trump was planning. Nobody knew that President Trump would not sign this bill because it didn't include $2,000 stimulus checks. When Steve Mnuchin was negotiating the bill, he made it seem like $600 stimulus checks is all President Trump wanted. $1,200 would be great, $2,000 awesome, but $600 was more than enough. Now that's not the case. So, right now, what is Mitch McConnell's next move? That's the big question. One report is saying that the most likely outcome at this point is that Mitch McConnell and President Trump go into a game of chicken. Yes, remember that game of chicken where two people, either two kids, usually two boys, run at each other and the first one to get out of the way, or they ride their bikes, or in the most extreme cases they drive cars, and the first one to get out of the way, that's the chicken, the other one wins. Well, that's what the report's saying. They're going to go into a heated game of chicken over the holiday season. This report indicates that President Trump has 10 days to sit on this Omnibus or Coronabus bill, being it's the Omnibus bill and COVID relief package combined, that he has 10 days to sit on this bill until it goes into law. Or he could veto it, which means if he does nothing after 10 days, okay, then this will become law. We will get $600 stimulus checks. We will see rental assistance, unemployment benefits. There's no state and local government funding here, and all the billions of dollars that went to other countries and other places, that goes through. But that's December 31st. Some expect both Mitch McConnell and President Trump are going to try to wait each other out and see who folds first. See who's the chicken. That's not great. Playing a game with the American people's lives is not great. I just want to say, I am all for a $2,000 stimulus check. Of course I am. Why not give $2,000 to every single American? Why not? With everything that we've gone through, being shut down for months, this isn't our fault. So yes, I am a huge supporter of a $2,000 stimulus check. If it was monthly, great. Okay, great. Now a lot of the other things, we don't need them. But a lot of this is wasteful spending. Remember, Mitch McConnell needs to act quickly though. because we are getting very close to the January 5th Georgia Senate runoff. That's when the election is. And Mitch McConnell could risk losing control of the Senate simply because of this one stunt. Yes, people are calling it a stunt. I don't think it's more of a stunt. I think President Trump is trying to leave a lasting legacy. I guarantee you, $2,000 stimulus checks per person would give a lasting legacy. President Trump is most likely playing out his last 30 so days in office. And trying to leave a lasting legacy is something that he wants to do. I guarantee you that if President Trump is able to get Congress from go to a $600 to a $2,000 stimulus check per person, I guarantee you the American people would remember this for the rest of their lives. It's already been a terrible year. To end the year with an agreement for a $2,000 stimulus check, that would put a smile on many people's faces, because honestly, how many times have you smiled in the past year? Some people can probably count that on a single hand, because there's not a lot of stuff to be smiling about right now. Now, $2,000 per person would do more than many people think. $2,000 is more than many people make in an entire month. So that right there, you're making more than your normal wage when you work your job. That's really good. That's really good. That can help out a lot of people. Now, this is life-changing to most people. Some people are thinking, $2,000. Oh well, if I get it, I get it. But some people are like, I need that money. I need $2,000. If I don't have that money, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my doctor bills? How am I going to pay for my credit card payments that are now skyrocketing because I had to charge everything to my credit cards? This $2,000 is going to be life-saving, life-changing to many people. Now, the other option, playing chicken, is one option. Waiting out this 10-day period is one option. The other option to move forward is actually for Mitch McConnell to work with President Trump and to accept the $2,000 stimulus checks, or to counter with something in between, to actually work with him. To work with him and figure out, where can we go up? How much higher can we go up from 600? Where we have enough Republicans to pass this bill in the Senate. How many? How much? $1,200 is most likely going to be Mitch McConnell's counteroffer. I hope it's not. I hope it's higher. But we've heard $1,200 for the past, 9 months? So my guess is that's probably what it's going to be. But $1,200 is much better than $6,000. But I'd still prefer $2,000 going to every single American. But that still doesn't answer the other question. What about the other pieces of legislation? What about the other provisions in this bill where Congress is sending billions of dollars to other countries, spending millions of dollars for things that aren't COVID-related issues? What about those? Now, these are not in the COVID relief package. These are in the Omnibus bill for $1.4 trillion. President Trump outlined this. But what you need to understand is most people never read this bill. President Trump, I guarantee you, did not read this bill. He had other people read it and tell him what's in it. That's what people do. Now, what do they do about all the money being sent to other countries? Right? What about the millions of dollars being spent on research for downed trees? Do you care about downed trees? They're down. It's pretty simple. Yes, there's research that goes into it, whether they start fires, whether they help with forest fires, things like that, as far as research for plant life and animal life as well. Yeah, there's money that can go into that, but is that a COVID-related issue? Should we pass that when the American people are hurting so badly? What about the 25 million, to combat Asian carp in Tennessee? That's not a COVID-related issue. So why do we put that in why do we have that with the COVID relief bill in the Omnibus bill? They should be separate. They should be separate. But because so many people are looking at this Omnibus bill and this COVID relief package as one, all this stuff is going to pass. Well, until President Trump stepped in and said, no. We can't do that. We can't send all this money to other places. As far as the Asian carp and combating Asian carp, I haven't done the research on that as far as what's going on in Tennessee, but $25 million is a lot of money. There's also $25 million for gender programs in Pakistan. Yeah, gender programs in Pakistan. Did you know that? Did you know some of these things were in this bill? Probably not. Many people don't realize, yeah, the government's spending all this money. Yeah, it's the government's money. No. It's our money. It's the taxpayers' money. This is us that are paying this. And if it's not us today, it will be our kids in 10, 15, 20, 30 years that are going to pay for all this stuff. But it's our money. It's not the government's money. It's our money. We're the one that fund the government. It's our money. Congress has been stealing from the American people for years, decades even. And now that everybody's at home, everybody's doesn't have a job to go to, they have to stay social distance so they don't go and hang out with their friends and their family members because of this. We're in this pandemic. We got to be cautious of spreading the virus. What is happening now is more people are aware, more people are watching the news, more people are watching YouTube videos where people like myself, or you got a really good person that I really like watching his videos, Clayton Morris over at Morning Invest. Go and watch his channel. Every single morning he goes live. It's 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe, or maybe Pacific Standard Time, I don't remember. But he goes live for like an hour, hour and a half every single day and really gives you the news. Both sides. Incredible journalist. Now, President Trump is saying that he won't sign a bill that has wasteful spending in it. He won't. This just opens up more Americans' eyes to what Congress has been doing for years. Now, what I can tell you this afternoon is that everything comes down to what Mitch McConnell and Republicans are willing to do. Will he accept $2,000 stimulus checks to go to the American people? Will the Omnibus bill be renegotiated to take out some of these provisions? Most people don't expect it. According to many sources, they will not renegotiate this bill. It's too late. We're so far into it. It's already been worked on for the past 8 months, is what reports are saying. It's been worked on for 8 months. It's not going to get renegotiated. But will Mitch McConnell just stay quiet for the time being and play chicken with President Trump? What will Mitch McConnell do? That's what many people are asking. I can tell you right now, I have no idea. Mitch McConnell hasn't said anything. Kevin McCarthy hasn't said anything. We haven't heard from many people, especially outside of the Democratic Party. So, now, as I said earlier, I'm going to keep a very close eye on this for the rest of probably today, the next few days, throughout the holidays. I'll even do videos tomorrow on New Year or on Christmas Eve. I'll even do a video on Christmas Day. Okay, to keep you updated on what's going on. If there's any new updates, I'm going to keep you updated. That's how important this is. That is how important this is. Not just for us today, but in the next week, next month, and even all of 2021. This is important. We need to get this passed. But is it going to be a $600 stimulus check, a $1,200 stimulus check, or a $2,000 stimulus check? What's it going to be? Now, as always, I promise I will share more as I get more information. Just want to thank you guys for watching today's stimulus update. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on. And I'll see you guys on the next one.